to have you here. It is your favorite 71% successful grant writer, Superior Shelby. And like per usual, I'm bringing to you guys some amazing grant opportunities that we can talk about and we can apply to together. Now, for the past 2.5, almost 3 weeks now, I've been applying to a $10,000 grant for you live on YouTube. For those of you who have actually followed the directions in the description of my live streams, you've purchased my $37 course that teaches you everything about how to search and apply to grants, incubators, and accelerator programs. Shout out to you. I have already applied to your grant, so I want you to check your emails so that way you can have clarity and reassurance with the screenshot and everything showing you proof that I've actually completed the grant for you. So welcome on, friends. Come on inside. I'm so blessed to have you guys here on this beautiful Friday. Now it's Friday. We ain't got no job. Well, I ain't got no job, all right? But we still have things to do. Now, I love Fridays because Fridays are fun days. They're chill days, right? That's why I got on fun, colors and stuff. And I like for us to kind of focus on like the great funding opportunities, free funding opportunities that we have available to us. It's Free Funding Friday. Free Funding Friday. Now, you try saying that 6 times. That's a tongue twister, okay? All right, so yesterday we went over some like over $120,000 debt-free opportunities that you can go for, so you can check out that live stream from yesterday. It was lit. All right, we went over some really cool things. Hey, Closer to the Truth, welcome, man, my brother. And I'm so happy to have you guys here. Now I want to confess something to y'all. I am officially getting back on Facebook. I'm learning how to use this Facebook situation, and Facebook is totally different from what it was in 2015. Yes, it's totally different. I don't even know how to even use it. So if you guys see me posting on like Facebook and on Instagram at the same time, I just learned this morning that you can post on both of them at the same time. All right, maybe call me an auntie, call me behind if you want to, but I try not to get too committed to these apps. You understand? Especially what we just recently went through with TikTok. TikTok was here one day and then in less than 24 hours it was back again. Okay, so I'm not getting too committed to these apps. The only app that I am committed to is YouTube, because you guys have been rocking with me for 6 years. Now, I also want to talk about some new pre-recording topics that I'm going to be bringing to you guys, and I want you guys to help me out with developing 4 new topics that you think that we should talk about, that you want me to learn about, okay? All right, so before I get into these amazing grants, and especially the $10,000 grant that I've been applying to, I want us to talk about what grants are and just allow some of our friends to come into the live stream. All right, I know it's Friday morning for y'all, but it's Friday afternoon for me. Okay, so welcome in to the live stream. I'm so blessed to have you guys here. Let's get down to it. Grants are debt-free opportunities that we simply don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed, like your date of birth and social and your ID. And also, you don't have to provide your bank account statements. Now, you can get a grant for whatever business you want to start. You can get a grant for whatever business you currently have. You can get a grant even for the LLC that's just been collecting dust. But you simply need to like stress what your business mission is. What is the plan? What do you plan to do when you get this funding? Okay, that really matters. If your business mission actually aligns with the grant's mission, you have a much higher chance of winning that opportunity. Most people ask me in the comments, how do you win a grant, right? How do you actually win? Well, I'm so happy to explain to you, all right, that I'm going to actually bring you guys a pre-recorded video on the top 3 reasons why most small business owners or most entrepreneurs don't get approved to these grants. But I'll just give it to you like really straightforward right now here. Okay, number 1, most small business owners or entrepreneurs or startups don't get any of these grants simply because they're not properly prepared. Being properly prepared means like, actually investing into having your LLC and EIN and all that stuff done, right? Having your business foundations and business set up properly. Having things like a business plan and a business pitch deck, right? Those are like literally your business foundation development, like setup stuffs. And if you don't have those things, well, a lot of the times that can decrease your chances of approvals with a grant. Can you bring me one of these again? Thank you. And then secondly, another reason for why most entrepreneurs don't get approved to these grants, right, is simply because like all right, they might use like chat gpt, you know what I mean, and using chat gpt is not what you're supposed to be doing on these applications. Okay, they have a gpt out here called zero gpt that can detect when your answers on the applications have been used or have been formatted by chat gpt. So that's number two. And number three, okay, number three, your grammar. Okay, the way that you actually like literally apply to the grant and how you move forward in the application process. Some of you all actually apply to the grant and then you stop and then you save the grant and then you don't come back to it, or you start on the grant and then you save the grant and then you don't come back to it until like who knows when, right? And then that time, a lot of time that gets recorded, right? So a lot of the times that can help demotivate, like, you know, unfortunately hurt your chances of getting approved too. So there's so many different ways that you can actually like decrease your chances of approvals with grants, but I'm going over that in detail in like a pre-recorded video. So the best ways for you to help yourself increase your chances of approvals is having a business plan, right? I always talk about that, having a business plan, because your business plan will help serve as like an answer key when you are answering these grant questions. The grant questions are not easy to answer, okay? They sometimes answer questions you might think it's easy to answer, right? But the way that they're asking the question and the way that they are expecting you to respond are two totally different things. Like, for example, on the Honeycomb Credit Grant, they ask one simple question: what would you do with the $10,000 for your business, right? Well, we know that most people will actually answer that question in the most generalized way. We would use this $10,000 to invest into our supplies and equipment so we can develop our product. We would use this $10,000 grant for our marketing so that way we'll be able to create, you know, keep pushing out our business and people can know more about what we're doing. We'll be able to use this $10,000 so we can put it towards buying a truck. We'll be able to use this $10,000 so that way we'll be able to hire somebody, right? Those are like the most general ways that you can answer that question, but they actually want a detailed outline of exactly how you would use the grants. And also your grammar and the way that you answer it, it needs to be polished, professional, and it needs to look good, okay? Like, you can't just be saying, oh yeah, the $10,000 will be able to hire a couple people. Like, no. All right, you want to be very straightforward and detailed still, and also professional. All right, so there you have it. So even though the question may be very like simple, the way you answer it should not be simple, okay? And having a business plan is what's going to help you out with that. Sometimes you might get a business application a grant application that might ask you, what is your business mission? Having your business plan will actually help you with answering that, because you have what's called a mission statement in your business plan. There are key indicating factors, all right? Key indicating factors on each business plan. In each business plan that you should have, all right? And just to give you a general, and I'll go over this in another separate video, but just to give you something general, like you know, you need to have an executive summary, right? Your executive summary teaches you about what your product or service is, what's the problem, how you're solving it, right? And what are your, you know, how you plan to scale, things like that, right? That's an executive summary. And then you have like more things like, you know, a mission statement, your vision statement. Then you have like your SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Then you have a risk analysis. All of these things are key indicating factors you need to have in your business plan to increase your chances of approvals with grant opportunities. If you simply don't have this, then guess what? You have decreased your chances of winning some of this free money that I've been telling you about that you apply. You need to be applying. Okay, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. And if I'm out here getting grants, then why can't you? Okay, so thank you so much. Can you take this one? Thank you so much. Okay, so. I got my daily juice. Y'all know I like this juice, right? This juice is called a Chapman. I don't know if when I get back to the US, I'm definitely going to be looking for Nigerian-based snacks and stuff, because like unmatched. I be unmatched, okay? This is called a Chapman. So you can buy this, like, I don't know, I think they do sell Schweppes. Schweppes is like another like soda or whatever, but it's called Chapman. It's a red can. I think you can buy it at like Sam's or Costco's or something like that, but it's really good and I absolutely love it. All right, so you can always get you one of these. So if you're ever wondering, what is that red drink she's drinking? It's a Chapman. It's actually a juice. No, I don't drink. So it's a juice, and any drink that looks like it's a drink, even if it comes in a martini glass, it is a virgin. Okay. Christian woman. I got to keep my mind on point to help y'all out. All right, so let's move forward. Grants, debt-free opportunities, no credit checks, no personal information needed. You don't have to provide a business income statement simply because they're not looking for you to pay it back. Now, grants, you have different levels to these grant things. You have micro grants. Micro grants can be like $250 up to like $50,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 or thereabout, right? Then you have general grants. Like general grants will be like that $10,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000, right? And then we got like, some big grants. All right, we'll call them big grants. Big grants would be like 100K, 200K, 300K, $500,000. Then we got the mega grants. The mega grants. The mega grants is the ones that we want, and that's the one I'm on here in Nigeria. I'm here on a $5 million grant opportunity that's funded through the federal government, right? So these mega grants are not quick turnaround times, okay? So you cannot expect for them to give you $1 million in less than 30 days. Are you crazy? No, that's not how this works, okay? Each level of grants that you go for, they all have their different application types. They all have their different eligibility requirements. They all have their different turnaround times. Just to give you like general information, right? The micro grants can be anywhere between like a week, 2 weeks, 30 days, right? That's like a 30-day situation. The medium grants, right, the general grants that are like the $10,000, $30,000, up to $50,000 or whatever the case may be, those can be like 30-day turnaround times, or they can actually give you a grant timeline that will let you know or give you information on when they decide to choose. Now, those grants that are in like the 10K to 20K up to 50K, let's say up to 100K, those grants from like that 10K up to 100K, now those have their own timelines. Each of them have different timelines, and it all depends on the reward, because some of those grants that is in like the regular grant rewards, some of them come with additional incentives, right? So for example, we went over like a grant yesterday, the $100,000 grant that we talked about yesterday on my live stream. Go check that out. And so that grant not only comes with $100,000 incentive, but it also comes with, you can also get like concierge tailored support, right? So which means you'll get one-on-one mentorship, you'll get all kinds of good stuff, right? That comes with it, right? Deals and perks. You get like this nice luncheon to talk about your service or product, and all kinds of networking events and stuff, right? So those types of grants, right, it has a different timeline. We saw it yesterday that $100,000 grant that we talked about, you get $100,000, you get tailored support. They only choose 5 businesses per year per cohort, right? So the cohort will be like, every quarter of a year or something. But it doesn't start until like late April, right? It doesn't start until like April 15th or something like that. And then it doesn't end until July 3rd. Right, so that is what we call a grant timeline. So each grant has a different type of time frame. Now, I'm saying that to say that you should never depend on any opportunity that you're going for, even if it's a loan, line of credit, credit card, a donation, a sponsorship, or a grant, an accelerator program, or an incubator program. Do not ever depend on it when the intention should not be like a harsh dependency. To give you guys a generalized way of how like most small business owners and medium enterprises like go for these opportunities, honestly, we apply to 1 grant a day, and then whatever happens. Like, all right, cool. Like, as at the end of the day, you still have to sell. At the end of the day, you still have to create awareness around your product or service. At the end of the day, you still have to continue to scale your business and developing your skill and all of those things, right? So because we know those factors, we cannot sit back and wait on an opportunity to come through, right? We have to act now. And the day you actually prioritize your business and you start acting now on it is the day that we get a chance to start shopping with you. But if you keep prioritizing your business, then that's no fun and no fair to us, because we want to shop with you. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice in order for me to actually get this product or service out there?
Some of you all actually have income streams where a lot of people actually don't. They're like completely 100% totally dependent on their business having to work because they don't even have any streams of income. But for those of you who have streams of income, are you willing to sacrifice working an extra 12 to 16 hour shift on the weekends just so that way you can have the money to be able to invest in your LLC, the money to be able to invest into your skill development, the money to be able to invest into, whatever it takes for you to develop, right? Marketing and all of that good stuff. And honestly, that's the best way to go. I promise you. Like, if you have a stream of income right now, like, shout out to you. Like, because guess what you get to do? When you are applying to these grants and say the grantor asks you a simple question like, well, tell us a time where you had to show grit and determination and persevere through your adversities. Well, showing grit and determination is working extra hours even when you are tired, sacrificing your weekends when you use those weekends to have fun with your family and be with your friends, sacrificing that time, late nights, right, to study and to develop your skill so that way you can have, certifications that can show that you are a merit type of business. You are one that is really dedicated to developing this service or product, right? So you can say that in your answer and then explain to them like what that has done for you. Because I sacrificed 90 days for the last 90 days, every weekend, I have been, working an extra 12-hour shift at work, right? What that has done for me is allowed me to purchase all of my business foundation development documentation, which is the LLC, EIN, business phone number, business address, as well as getting your business website set up and all of that good stuff. In addition to that, you also was able to have an extra $100-$200 here or there to invest into going to networking events so you can learn more about how to develop the skill, right? And then furthermore, you were able to use the extra money and the extra money that you were able to get to put towards like developing your actual product or service and also creating awareness around it, like putting only like $3 to boost your post on Instagram. See, those things are showing perseverance in your adversity, because your adversity is, I need capital to get started. Also, some of you guys got to start thinking of ways you can actually start from the ground up. Like, I mean, from zero to hero. I mean, from rags to riches. I mean, like, starting from the bottom, now we here type of situation, So let me give you an example. Like, some of you guys want to do the trucking industry situation, right? Well, let me tell you. All right, let me just give you my testimony. I got into the trucking industry just because it was very recommended, and everybody in the black community was pretty much doing it at the time. So it was like, oh, okay, well, everybody's talking about it, so I'm going to do it too, right? Use my credit, got loans and stuff, and then the worst case scenario happened for me. My truck engine blew coming from Virginia down to Miami, right? So I lost the truck, I lost the driver, and I also COVID happened at the same time. So guess what? The truck and trailers had to sell the whole entire business, right? Now, I did not have good intentions when I actually started that business. I just simply went into trucking because everybody else was doing it, right? I didn't go in there with the intentions of actually having the skill and learning more about how this industry works. I didn't go in it with a certain type of mission to be able to, let's say, for example, help those who were incarcerated have an opportunity at driving trucks and having being able to be financially free, right? I did not go in it with an actual business mission at all. I went in it because I simply wanted to make money, and everybody was making money. Now I'm paying back over $200 and something thousand loan. It's not fun. I'm paying it back from, and we're talking about this. It's not fun paying it back. This is why I don't talk about loans. All right. And I don't have that business anymore simply because I rushed into something and trying to follow a trend. And that's not my field. My field is education. My field is learning, like teaching you guys more about these debt-free opportunities, consulting, using my brain on how to develop different things, right? So how to develop different businesses. So that was not my field at all. Like, I just simply went into it because like I thought it was a great investment. That's what everybody else said. So I don't recommend going with trends unless you have like experience in that particular industry, right? But for some of you guys who want to get into that and you're like, okay, I need money so I can buy a truck and trailer. I need money so that way I can buy a truck for my medical courier services. Well, let's start somewhere. Can you start a delivery service, a medical courier service, by using the vehicle that you have now? You can actually switch over your car insurance into making it a commercial vehicle, even though it might cost you a little bit more. But hey, it's now welcome to the business world, right? It's a business expense. But the purpose is for you to get trucking, right? Get to working and start, getting going on the load boards and start, delivering to the CVS and Walgreens, local Walgreens and clinics and stuff. Can you use the car that you have now, right? And then using the car that you have now allows you to track the gas mileages, allows you to track everything that you need to know and learn a lot too, because you'll be learning about different load boards that work for you, that offer higher opportunities, right? And then you'll also be able to have time to network with others that is in your industry, instead of you having to focus on all of these truck fees and all of these extras things that come with having an actual truck. Starting from somewhere, that zero to hero story is really what these grand tours are looking for sure. And it's nothing wrong with starting from there, right? But when you are going in it with the intentions of, hey, I want this $100,000 grant because I want to be able to buy a truck. Well, the first question is, what have you done already to show commitment to the business? Purchasing an LLC for a high risk and high earning business is not enough. Because you've only invested what if $200, $300 towards an industry that can make you millions of dollars a month? Are you kidding me? No, you got to come harder than that. What else are you doing to show commitment? Okay, cause yeah, no, trucking. Reconsider. Read some literature. You sure? I'm telling you. But yeah, so they want to see what are you doing, right? And most businesses, I can tell you what my 71% successful grant writing rate, how I've been able to get grants for myself and my other clients with that successful rate. Most of those businesses that I've been able to get approved for grants are businesses who show meritness, right? They can show some sort of success, right? They have a measure of success. They can show some achievements, right? They have client success stories. They have a website. They have their actual business foundations together. They actually have a business plan. They are not out here just lollygagging and just saying they want to start something. They're not just allowing their LLC to collect dust. They're actually putting some action behind developing their service or product, right? So the businesses that I've been able to get grants for, these are businesses that literally they're not dependent on this opportunity at all. This is just an extra stream of income, and they're already in process, in motion. And even for the ones who are startups, for example, I got a client now, she sells essential body oils and face scrubs and stuff like that. Guess what? She creates these things, her and her sister, out of her own house, her own garage. You understand? And her sister have actually sacrificed not living on their own, and they live together so that way they can develop this business. They live in, a nice townhouse or something like that. And they're actually using their garage to develop the product. Well, guess what? They was able to get a grant because guess what? They show grit and determination. They've been able to show sacrifices. And also they have some client testimonials on their Instagram and on their website that show before and afters that these actual body essential oils actually help with body acne and things like that, right? So especially if you are a person who is creating your actual product, right? Digital products, physical products, or whatever have you. Why not start now? I mean, go ahead and go outside and say, "Hey, I'm selling olive oil like the lady in the story of with Elisha. Do you guys know that story in the Bible? The wife. There's a story in the Bible. I have to find it, but there's a story in the Bible where the wife of a servant, she actually went to Elisha. Elisha was a prophet, right? A man of God, and her husband, unfortunately, he passed away, right? Because the creditors, or let's say the thugs, they pretty much wanted, they wanted everything. They just was taken. They was just thugs, they was just off the chain. Well, fast forward, they was actually coming back, these thugs, to come and get her 2 sons as servants and make them slaves. So she was really, really in a devastated situation, right? She was anxiety was probably high, depressed, everything that you could possibly think of. She probably was thinking so crazy, going through a down spiral. She went to Elisha, right? And told Elisha, please, can you help us? Elisha said, how can I help you? What is in your house? Right? So some of you guys actually have gifts and things like that, materials in your house that you can actually sell. So She was like, well, your servant has nothing. Your servant has nothing in this house but olive oil. So let me show you something. So God was like, so no, not God, but Elisha was like, okay, well, here's your instructions. You're going to take this small bottle of oil, olive oil, right? And I want you and your sons to go in your neighborhood, and I want you to collect as many jars as you can. And then you are going to pour this olive oil and fill up every jar with just this olive oil. So imagine it being like 100 mason jars. 100 mason jars, right? And you see how much olive oil is in here? Okay, cool. So he told her, he said, go gather up as many jars as you can from your neighborhood, right? And then when you are done with that, then I want you to pour the olive oil, fill up each of the mason jars, right? And so she had did that. Now let me tell you something about the abundance and the faithfulness that you need to have with God. This is why I always talk about you guys got to have God first when you are just developing your product or service, because God will bless your business, right? But you got to take it to him first, because it is God business. You need to not have that pride and say, oh, I'm the one that started it. No, God is the one who actually gave you the idea. God is the one who gave you the mindset, and God is the one that is going to give you the power and the energy to be able to execute on what you are developing. So let me tell you something about God. God, this little bit, right? 100 mason jars. This little bit. 100 mason jars. She poured and she was able to fill up over like all of the mason jars that her and her sons collected, right? That is the abundance of having God first. After she had filled up all the mason jars, right? That's when the olive oil had finished. Boom. So guess what she did? Elisha told her, go ahead and take those jars and go out and sell the olive oil, and then with the leftovers, right, with the proceeds, with the profits, go ahead and live off of those profits. So she was able to make more than enough money to be able to pay off the creditors and to be able to live off the rest of the money for her and her two sons. She was a widow, devastated, had anxiety, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to move forward. But when she went to Elisha, she said, all we have in this house is some freaking olive oil. What we gonna do? Some of y'all are in that state of mind right now where you feel like all I have is just this, all I got is this, all I got is that. Listen, if you take it to the Lord and you ask for clarity and reassurance, God will give you an execution strategy on exactly the gifts that you actually have. Some of y'all don't even know your own gifts. Some of you don't even know that whatever you have, whatever you make in your hands, you have been like literally, like you have been like suppressing yourself down for so long that you don't even know that the gifts that you have, what you think is not going to work, actually will work. You got to take it to God first. I'm telling you. When I first got on YouTube, I didn't believe that this was really going to take it as far as it is. But guess what? We are 6 years in. We got over 55,000 subscribers, and I have made millions of dollars, not only just through this YouTube channel, but also through different connections that God has brought me through this channel itself. Abundance. But you got to keep God first in everything you do. Shout out to you, Strawberry Posh. Thank you so much for the super. I love supers. If you guys donate supers, you know, with the supers money, as well as the money that comes with the like channel subscription, I didn't tell you guys this, but I actually donate that money to orphanages, and also I put that in tithes and offerings, so when I pray for us and stuff like that, so we can have an abundance. I'm so serious, because God told me that I need to continue to be like, I need to be consistent and continue to get on this YouTube at least once a day or whatever. So whatever supers you guys give me, whatever you donate, or whatever you like, actually, you know, if you guys sign up for my channel membership, which now we officially have like over like 65 people, I'm really excited about that. But even if you're paying like the $3, like all of that money that goes to like literally orphanages, that helps like put kids through school. You know what I mean? Like that's what we doing over here. Like we is really doing work. So your money, I'm actually putting it to work on a back end for you. You don't even know it, and telling God to have mercy on you, and asking God to continue to have grace for you, so you can continue to move forward. Even when you are sinning unknowingly and unknowingly, I'm asking God to please forgive you. Even when you feel like you don't have the time to do it yourself, I'm doing it on the back end for you, my sister and my brother. I don't care what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you part of, okay? That's just the vibes of this channel, all right? We keep God first. But I wanted to explain to you guys that story, because you got to have faith and belief in what you're doing, seriously, for real. And that goes for any opportunity that you're going behind and you're going for, okay? Like, you can have everything together. Thank you, Multi. Thanks for the super. You can go for all of these opportunities. Like, literally, You can have everything put together, right, and then go for like a grant opportunity, or go for like a networking opportunity. You can have the mindset of, I'm finna go in here and kill it. You might actually kill it though. You are doing a great job, but you're not making any profits on the back end, and nothing is actually moving forward to you because you ain't take it to the Lord first. You know what I mean? Those things really be mattering for real. It really does. Business is more spiritual than you can believe. Like I told y'all the other day. I told y'all the other day.
Okay, are we back? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it this is not good. Okay, let me see. It just keeps buffering. Don't want us to be great. It never want us to be great. It never want us to be great. Cause see, when we start talking about the Lord Jesus Christ, it start acting up. This is ridiculous. Oh no. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. All right. I think we're back. I think we're back. Sometimes, being here in Nigeria, it has its own buffering data challenges. So I didn't see anything with my 5G Wi-Fi box, but I also saw that, you know, I don't know. But I hope we're back. You just give me some hearts. Let me know if we're back. Y'all gotta let me know as soon as we start looping and stuff what happens. See, because when we start really getting down into business, that's when they want to act up. The devil be busy. The devil sure be busy, don't he? I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. All right, so let me know if we are back. I'm gonna refresh my studio so I can see what's going on over here. Let me know in the chat. Are we back? Let me know if we are back in the chat. Okay, looks like yes. I think this is real time. Yes. Okay, we're back. Okay, thank you so much. The devil be busy, but you can't stop God's will. Okay, the Lord wants me to give y'all this information. So, I wanted to, since we already on this topic, friends, I wanted to talk about so I wrote down some topics. So let me get my book. Me all in y'all face. Okay, so let me get my book. This is where I write all of my good ideas. Everybody should have them one of these. Okay, so I wrote down some topics of some pre-recorded videos that I wanted to do for you guys, because pre-recorded videos is a whole vibe, and I got a new little place that I want to do some pre-recorded videos. So all right, so I need help on 4 new topics, 4 more topics in addition to the 6 I already have. All right, so let's go over these topics. And I actually did a community post on this, so you guys can go over there and comment, if just in case you can't think of any right now. So okay, so these are the YouTube topics I'm going to be pre-recording. It will be a nice edit, give you a nice little feel. We're gonna drink our Chapman. You could drink your coffee, and it's gonna feel like home. It's gonna be home girl feel, right? All right, so the first topic I'm going to go over is the 3 reasons why most entrepreneurs get denied of grants. Okay, so the top 3 reasons why most people get denied for small business grant opportunities. That's going to be the first topic. The second topic I have is business plans versus grant proposals, right? And I think that you guys need clarity and understanding, thorough understanding of what a good business plan looks like and what a good grant proposal looks like. So I'm going to show you we're going to compare the two, and I'm going to show you the difference between the two, because some of you guys are thinking a business plan is a grant proposal, and that's totally not the case. All right, so I'm going to have we're going to do a pre-recorded video about that. That way you guys can share it with your friends. All of these videos I'm talking about, they're not even going to go no more than 20 minutes, right? So these are going to be 15 minutes, 20-minute videos, 10-minute videos, things like that. All right, so the third
The third topic I have is the benefits of pitch competitions, right? So some of you guys are actually scared to do pitch competitions, and I want to like change your mindset on that, because even if you do have to pitch for your business or your product or service, like, even if you don't win it, the whole point of it is really going for like that networking opportunity. So yeah, the benefits of pitch competition, and I'm actually in that video, I'm going to show you like, my experience and stuff. And then I have three business and Bible topics. Okay, one is talking about seek God first. It's called B&B, right? But business and Bible, seek God first to know your purpose. So a little bit about what I talked about. Obviously, I bring back up the whole, wife with Elisha story in that one. And then the second topic is called, this is technically the fifth topic, but the next business and Bible topic we have is dangers of desperation. You need to be desperate for the voice of God, right? So, dangers of desperation. I've noticed that I've had, like, in the past just 2 weeks, right, of me doing the, I applied to the $10,000 grant for you live on YouTube situation, right? And I'm still doing that until April 2nd. So, if you haven't taken me up on that offer, the information is in the description of this video. All you have to do is purchase a $37 course. Now, here's the thing. I've had some people purchase the $37 course, did not watch the 45-minute video that teaches them how to search and apply to grants, accelerators, and incubators. And they just, out of desperation, just want to just get a $10,000 opportunity, right? And so when they have to follow the steps, and I literally have the email here, right? I wish I could show you the email. It's confidential. But I've literally gotten emails, right, where like once you purchase the $37 course, the email that you have tied to that course, I send you an email requesting like some general business information. It's like a Google form, and I say, hey, what is your business name or your business idea name? What is the business industry? Like, I need general information. Hey, Ash, Yolanda in the building. I forgot to shout you out, Yolanda. I'm sorry, friend. And Great Mom's Goals, shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And Malti, you my dog. You my friend. All right, so all of my friends are here. I'm happy that you guys are here. So, literally out of desperation, I think that people impulsively spend, right? They spend because they might see a beautiful girl on YouTube and they just simply want to like just spend, or it's a thing where like I might have said something that they actually like and they just purchase my course and they're like, okay, I just want you to do the $10,000 thing. And so literally I had a few people, like I say like 3 people, that they purchased a $37 course. I send them the request to complete the Google form, and then I will get a response back saying, oh, so am I applying to the grant? Because why are you asking me for this? Why are you asking me for that? And I'm like, bro, like I literally need your business name and the business industry and general information so that way I can apply to this grant. Because how am I going to apply to this grant for you just by having your email from the Etsy purchase? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I need some information so that way I can answer the questions on what you would do with the $10,000 opportunity. And what's crazy is you actually saw me go over the grant on YouTube, right? Well, that is acting out of desperation in addition to impulsively spending. So in that fifth topic, I'm going to be like diving deep into like things like that. And then last but not least, I have don't be too proud to pray. All right. Dangers of pride. So I learned that some business owners and entrepreneurs have a sense of pride. And so you might have made money. You might have made $10,000, $100,000 a month at one point in time in your business. And now things are kind of slow. Well, hey, I'm a person that has lived through that, where I went from 6-figure months and then went down to literally 5-figure months down to 0. Right. And that can be a pridefulness issue, where you think that you are the one that's in control of everything. You think that you are the one that is in control of your skill development. You are in control of your marketing. You're in control of everything. And really, that ain't the case. Okay. So, those are the 6 topics I have. 3 reasons why most people get denied of grants: business plans versus grant proposals, benefits of a pitch competition, first episode of Business and Bible, seek God first to know your purpose, second episode of Business and Bible, dangers of desperation, and third episode of Business and Bible, which will be don't be too proud to pray, the dangers of pridefulness. Okay, so what other topics can we? I'm looking for 4 more. 4 more. Okay, 4 more topics. Okay, 4 more, okay? Please don't forget to delete any videos in the current Valentine's Day. We are cleansing you with prayer. We care for you. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I love you. All right. Good morning, sis. I'm late. Oh, yeah. Hey, Noni. Yeah, you know you late to the party. We've been on here for almost 45 minutes, friend. They are treating it like a raffle. Yeah, they are. He asked, I'm trying to start a business. Patience said, hey, welcome back in, Patience. I'm trying to start a business, but I have funds. How do I get started? Well, you just get started. Where can I go to talk to someone to get your budget start? Your budget start or finances starting? So, like, what do you mean? So where can you go to talk to someone to get like what? Like, okay, your budget, what are we talking about? Finances starting or I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say here. Are you talking about like doing a financial analysis for your business plan? I don't know. My bad, child. I was on a business call though. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Noni. As long as it was business, prioritizing business, I'm all about that. So shout out to you. I hope that call went well. Okay, so you're trying to do like a financial analysis, like for a business plan. Well, pretty much you can use AI to help you out with that. To be honest with you, but you want to like write down a list of like what your business expenses would be, right? And then what your goals are for what you plan to generate, right? So those are things that you can do for sure. All right, yeah, that's a good way to get started. All right, that's a good way to get started. But yeah, that all depends on like how you're going to get started with your business. Everybody's like financial analysis is different. It's because it's different goals for each business. You know what I mean? Like if you're starting out your first year, you want to make $10,000 a month. That's like a realistic type of goal. Then, yeah, you want to just kind of like in your financial analysis, you will put down like, okay, these are the business expenses. This is how we plan to make this amount of money like annually, and out of the money that we make annually, it's going to go towards this, which means at the end of the year, we're going to be at this rate, right, in profits. Yeah. Okay, that goes into the business plan. Yeah, it's called a financial analysis. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what you were talking about. I don't have any. You don't have any funds. Okay, gotcha. So, like we stated earlier, grant opportunities. You don't want to depend on it, but you can definitely sacrifice. I talked about this earlier in the live stream, right, where I was talking about these grantors, right, and these debt-free opportunities. They want to know what have you sacrificed or what are you willing to do to be able to generate income in your business, right? So for some of you who actually generate income, like you actually have a job, a 9 to 5, shout out to you, like, because that means you get the chance of being able to work extra hours, sacrificing that time. I know you're tired, but you got to be willing to sacrifice something to be able to, it's a small sacrifice for a bigger opportunity, right? You know what I mean? Small, 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 small. So you can work extra hours, right? To pick up like a 12 to 16-hour shift on weekends, and that money that you get extra on your check, then you can invest it into your company, like doing things like getting an LLC, getting your website developed, getting your foundations together, right? And then also like actually investing in your product or service and developing that, your brand awareness with your logos and all that good stuff, right? You can work those extra hours for the next 90 days. And then within that, you've been able to develop your company. You've been able to develop your website. You've been able to get your product or service out there. And you've also been able to invest into boosting your posts on Instagram and Facebook for just $3 a day. See how that works? And then so when the grantor is asking you on the grant application, okay, how did you show grit and determination and persevere through your phases of adversities? Well, one way you did that was for the last 90 days, you've been sacrificing your Saturdays, all right, your free days, and you've been working extra hours just so you can bring this vision alive. And the impact of that has been allowing you to develop a quality service or product. The impact of that is you've been able to create awareness around your product, service, or product. The impact of that is once people have your service or product, it solves this type of problem. So because you're solving this problem for this many people, now you actually have client success stories. See how you've been able to become a merit-based business just by sacrificing your Saturdays for 90 days straight? So it's all about what are you willing to sacrifice, right? And if you don't have any streams of income right now, but you have an idea that you want to bring out, right? Then get your community involved. That's why I always say you need to have fellowship. God doesn't want us to be isolated. That's not how this works. This is not like we have this whole entire earth. You better fellowship with your fellows, right? You understand? You got to fellowship with your people. Go to church and say, hey, in the announcements, Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley, do you mind letting them know in the announcements that I'm cutting grass from the hours of 2 to 10, 2 a.m. to 10 p.m.? You know what I mean? Monday to Monday. And if anybody in here need their grass cut, I'll be able to do that for them. Hey, Miss Shirley, can you put and let the usher board know that I'll be doing fried chicken Fridays, fried chicken Fridays, so I can try to get this food truck business started. You got to start somewhere. Your community and fellowship is actually what's going to help save you. Word of mouth is the best marketing ever. Not Instagram, not Facebook, and not social media marketing. Social media marketing is really good if you want to take yourself global, right? Like I've been able to use YouTube to be able to get UK-based clients, Nigerian-based clients, clients based in the Philippines, clients in Thailand, and then also like, my clients in Latin America and Panama and also in Mexico, and then, you guys in the US. So, but you could start in your neighborhood. Okay, I started in my neighborhood. I started my business 10 years ago by fixing credit, and I started fixing credit with just my families and friends. Once I was able to prove the strategies that I had actually worked and I was able to fix credit, then guess what? I went to the people that I knew. Like I went to my fellow school, I went to the church and was like, oh yeah, I'm fixing credit now. That's literally what I did. I went to my neighborhood, and then my neighborhood knows me of the girl who can fix credit, right? And so it went from that to I stopped fixing credit because I wanted to teach people, did this like white labeled ebook, sold the ebook, right, that had a whole bunch of consumer law codes in it, and then I switched over to grants because, hey, who doesn't like debt free money? I was able to get my first $10,000 grant, right, and then I just scaled up from there. This is literally my step by step how I did it. I went from rags to riches too. I went from zero to hero too. I didn't just get a business loan and then like open up an office in downtown Fort Lauderdale and started a credit company. No. No, that's absolutely not realistic. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. At all. I started from, and guess what? My last job that I worked was with Capital One. So because I had already worked with a bank before, I already had trusted individuals that it was like, okay, then you did say you worked for Capital One too. Yeah, so which means I know how to get a Capital One credit card. So once I fix your credit, then the first people we about to apply to is Capital One because I got a Capital One referral code that'll get you in there like swimwear. You know what I mean? So you guys, you gotta use your neighborhood. You gotta use your fellowship. You gotta use your brain. Use your mind. Don't limit yourself. Don't paralyze yourself. Get out and go and meet people and network with people, and you cannot be afraid. What you afraid of? These are your brothers and sisters that God put on this earth to help you out. Yes, there's gonna be some that don't agree with what you're doing, but so what? Then keep pushing. We ain't going through the weeds. Keep going. Keep pushing through the weeds. Everybody ain't gonna be for you, just like everybody's not for me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to start somewhere. What questions do you guys have? I'm trying to start somewhere to get my business going. Yep, exactly. So there you go. I gave you some pretty good pointers. Hey, good morning for you, YP Jean. Welcome in. What questions do you guys have about grants and stuff? And then also like give me some more topics too, because like I need 4 more topics. I need 4 more topics to help me out with this situation. All right. And thank you guys so much for the supers. Keep in mind that the supers that you do donate here on the channel, I donate them to orphanages and help children get be able to go to school and afford school. So, these supers and the channel membership funding, the channel membership that you guys pay for, that's $3 a month. That's not going to my pocket. That's just on the back end. That's going to, other families that can be helped here in Africa. Right. Welcome in, friends and families. Hey, Peja. Grateful Day. Always dropping gems. Thank you so much. So blessed to have you guys here. So yeah, We got some good topics. And then on my community post, I posted like, the question too. So maybe you guys can think of like 4 extra topics for me, or just at least one that we can add on there for sure. Patience says, thank you for doing that. Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. See, I'm always willing to give you a new way of thinking, right? You don't have to always go with your usual way of thinking. Yeah. Hi, honey. My honey's on here. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hey, I like to see my man on here. That means he support me. Ah, I be. All right, shout out to you, Strawberry Posh, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Hey, Carlton. Carlton's like, we glad that you are here. I'm so happy to have you all here. All right, so we got some really good topics. I can't wait to pre-record these topics. I'm like really excited about it because it's gonna like I've been really putting pressure on my own self. Like, let me tell you guys, I've been putting anxiety and pressure on my own self about like I need to do pre-recorded videos. I need to do it like this type of style. So I haven't done any pre-recorded videos because in my mind it's like it needs to be perfect. But just like I preach to y'all, it ain't gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? No matter how I think of it in my mind, it's not. So I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, right? I'm going to just record and I'm just going to put it out there. And as time goes, as we keep moving forward, the business and Bible and all the topics that I bring to you guys, the pre-recorded videos, it will get better. The quality will get better, things like that, right? But we just gotta start somewhere, and I can't hold on to this information because it's unfair to you guys, right? So we gotta put this out there. We gotta put it out there. Okay. Are there pre-recorded videos for members? No, actually, it's for all like the but look Noni look because no one thing about Noni like anything intimate, anything for members only. Because my girl trying to because Noni is about getting all her money's worth. This is actually for the public, though. Seriously, it's for the public. But the pre-recorded videos that I do already have written down that I didn't talk about is my walkthrough videos. So I've been applying to grants. So I've been recording my step-by-step process on how I'm actually applying to the grant. So I'm going to put those walkthrough videos, which I'm like making sure the edits are being done right now. I'm going to put those on the membership. That's what you get with the membership. Like you get my walkthrough videos and all that good stuff. So yeah. Girl, I was supposed to do that a long time ago. You are great at what you do, and I'm here for it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so join us on Sunday because, Strawberry Posh. Sundays is when we do our grant. It's when we do our grant class at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So, yeah, and it's really fun. So, yeah, Noni said I need to know all of my perks. She just needs to know all of her perks, yes. So I was thinking like maybe for the certain because there's limits to the members. Shout out to you, Tanta. I hope I say it right. Tanta Poe. Shout out to you for being a bronze member. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so this the membership, right? I was thinking about doing free like 101 like 30-minute consultations. What y'all think? I think I can offer, but maybe to like, the ones like at a certain, I don't know, tier. I don't know. I was thinking about doing that because I was like, maybe how can I bring more quality to the members? And I was like, well, so maybe we can do like this once a month, like Zoom call thing, and you just join me because like technically every Sunday we hop on live on YouTube, and then we do a grant class. But then I was like, but aside from that, like once a month we'll do like a group Zoom call, just enter in the Zoom call, and in the Zoom call we'll do like breakout rooms, or you can just schedule a one-on-one. I'm gonna like try to like play around with it in my head, so that way I can just kind of bring more value, because I know like some of the grant walkthrough videos, even though like those are walkthrough videos, we have the grant class every Sunday. We'll apply to a grant together too. But then like I was like, okay, what's another thing I can do? Yeah? Well, yes, and yes. Thank you. You're welcome. Glad to be here. Yes. Of course, do it. All right, Shima, you gotta join. It's just $3 a month. So yeah, whatever it is, let me know. I'm in. Just gotta set aside my time. Absolutely. So on Sunday, I'll have like a definite answer for you guys. I'll probably just like do a separate link on my Calendly specifically for you guys who are like channel members. and I would like post the link in the description or whatever of that particular video, so that way yeah, so that way we'll be able to do it. I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out how to like do it, right? Sounds great. Okay, good. And then you in. Okay, you gotta be a channel member, not just subscribe, but you have to actually join. So if you tap on my face, you can it'll allow you to join as a member. It's just $3 a month. It says you're a member. Okay, you can be subscribed. Now I can say you are subscribed, but as a member, right? Just like how we see like Tanta just did. You see how like Noni and Tanta and Strawberry Posh, they have like their names are green and they have like these stars next to it. So that shows that you are a part of like the channel membership. So it's $3 a month. Every Sunday we have our grant class together, and I see it says I need to renew. You got Shima. You got to keep the $3 on your card. Keep the $3 on your card, okay? So they'll be able to do it. So yeah, you'll be able to renew. Hey Regina. Ah, hi Regina. I pray all is well with you. LOL, I keep it locked. Yeah, oh yeah, you like me then. I keep my listen, especially with all of this stuff going on in politics. And we don't have CFPB. I'm keeping my cards locked too. Matter of fact, ain't nothing in the original debit. The savings account is the one that hold it, and even the savings account got a little something in it. Because listen, I have moved my money to stock portfolios. I said we gotta figure out a much safer way to do these things. Whew. Well, I'm not sweating because it's hot, but I'm sweating because we don't have CFPB. Okay. Yeah, no, seriously. Okay, let me try. Okay, patient. How's Nigeria? Nigeria is lovely. It's a lovely place. You know what? Somebody found me on Facebook, right? And so they write grants. So let me tell y'all about this. This is so funny. Can we have a little story time? No, we friends, we family, right? So boom. So like somebody, I don't know if they're legit, and I don't want to say their name, but then I do want to say their name so that way you guys can steer clear from them. But it's like so there's people on Facebook, they have like 800 followers and they do grant writing too, right? Okay, cool. So then he goes like inboxes me, right? And now today I'm just learning how to do Facebook and stuff, right? Because I haven't been on Facebook since 2015. So Facebook is totally different from what it was when 2015 and I was going to college and stuff. You know what I mean? It ain't that no more. They got a Meta business, suite business, this business, that, add this, boost that. It's just, I'm learning. Auntie is learning. So he inboxed me. He's like, oh, like, I would like to learn more about like your grant writing services or whatever. How much are your services? He's very direct, right? Very direct, no professionalism at all. And then so he's like, oh, do you have WhatsApp? And I'm like, no, I don't have WhatsApp. Now, I do have a personal WhatsApp, but I don't have one for business, right? And you have to be in my tier 3 subscription to get that. So I clicked on his page and I saw he does grants. I went back and I was like, hey, I see that you do grants. So, how can I help you, right? See, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take on your workload. That's not going to happen. Shima, welcome back to the Squizzard. Keep the $3 on your card, okay? Welcome back to the squad, Shima. So blessed to have you back, a part of the superior squad. Okay, all right, so keep in mind when you guys donate supers, like I don't know if you know how to donate supers, but you can donate like $1 or whatever, or become a member for just $3 a month. That gets donated to children here in Nigeria. We actually pay for, like, if you guys want to know, like, one day I'll probably show you guys a screenshot of how much we're actually making from the channel members. And then, I can tell you how effective that is too. And anybody else that that wants to donate, then you can always like have them donate on the live or something. I just don't trust like really too much like the GoFundMe accounts and stuff. So I like YouTube better. So back to what I was saying. So then he's like, he's like, where are you located? I was like, I'm based out of Miami, Florida, right? But right now I'm currently in Nigeria on a grant opportunity, blah, 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 doing business, right? And then so he was like, oh, I don't know about that because Nigerians, they are scammers, right? And I said, that is such a terrible stereotype that is absolutely not true. Like, I made that very clear. I told him, I said, I have been scammed by my own black American people than more than any, and I've never been scammed by any Nigerian. By the way, for those of you who don't know, hey, shout out to Patient. Patient became a channel member. Welcome to the Superior Squad. Ba-bum-bum-bum. Welcome to, I wish I had like a horn. Welcome to the Superior Squad. So fun to have you. We're going to have fun this Sunday. Make sure you join us Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, okay? Um, all right, so he's like, oh, like Nigerians are like scammers or whatever. And I was just like, well, that's not true. And then so he's like, oh, well, what makes you say that he's not true, right? And so then he's like, and then I'm like, well, first of all, I'm actually doing international real estate here. I'm actually invested my own money into some developments around here, and I have not and have yet to been scammed. Hey, Abdulia, welcome in. Our friends are in the building. What's up, Hafa Abi? So happy to have you here. Okay, so, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, that is such a bad stereotype to have amongst people. And also, like, you have to be open minded, right? Because say you want to take yourself global and you want to be able to do more things. And if you're a grant writer, you actually know that there is like trillions of dollars in grants right now. I said trillions, not billions, trillions. Trillions of dollars in debt free opportunities right now in the tech space. And majority of these tech ideas come from, yes, IB. Yes, nah. They come from here, from the motherland. Okay? Tesla was developed in by a South African man, right? That whole idea was stolen from this guy, and now that's why you got Elon Musk drowning with the whole Tesla situation because he doesn't have the full blueprint. Most tech innovations like Calendly is the U.S. number one booking site right now. Especially, actually, I think it's the number one booking site in the world. But did you know a Nigerian man developed that? Yes. Okay. A lot of tech innovations and ideas that we actually have come from here. And Nigeria is the most populated, first of all, the biggest country in Africa that has the highest population of youth, which means there are so many young 20-year-olds, less than 30-year-olds that need more opportunities. But unfortunately, they don't. And so it's like, some of them don't even know like how to get into like these spaces so they can be able to apply to these like incubators and accelerators and grant programs and stuff, right? So that's why I'm here to try to help bridge that whole gap and all that good stuff. But the idea behind the diaspora, right, and the black Americans feeling like, oh, Nigerians are scammers. Well, what if you did an actual ancestry DNA test and you found out you was Nigerian? Who be this one? Then what happens? Right? So don't be so quick to be judgmental. I can say, oh, all Europeans are racist simply because they're white. Absolutely not. That's not true. I can't be closed minded, right? I cannot be closed minded on opportunities. You understand? Like that's just not how this works. You got to be open minded, and also you got to remember that maybe one of them might be your clients. I have South African clients from Kenya, from Johannesburg, from Ghana, from Nigeria, and also from London, from Buckingham, right? I have clients from all over the world, and if I was closed minded, I wouldn't be able to be the global grant writer that I am today, which actually increases the quality of my services and it allows me to have more expertise in what I'm doing. The U.S. government it ain't all peaches and cream over there right now. You know what I mean? So with us knowing that, I can't depend all of my energy onto the economics of what's going on in the U.S. when I can have a service or product and I can be selling water bottles all across the world. The Stanley Cup is the Stanley Cup and is like the number one cup in the U.S. But the Stanley Cup ain't got nothing over here in Nigeria. Who Stanley who? Stanley who? So guess what you can be? You can be the Stanley Cup of the world. Yeah, providing different colors, giving like in Africa, you can have your own like you can be like the mason jar of the world, bruh, with different colors and all kinds of stuff, right? You cannot be closed minded. And when I met this, I'm like, you're a grant writer. Like, are you kidding me? You are an entrepreneur. Are you freaking kidding me? You got to be very mindful, right? And I'm just like, wow, yeah, no, I'm not doing business with you. And I know that he most likely wants me to take on his clients, right? And that's not how I work. Because, excuse me, one, I'm not in this just for money. That's not how I work. I'm in this for I have an actual business mission, right? We actually got a mission. I'm actually out here to genuinely help you all gain that extra stream of income, have that financial safety net, that capital that you need so you can continue to develop. I'm not in here just to help you win some money just because you got a good idea. No, I'm going to help you work through that entire idea. I'm going to ask you, what have you sacrificed in the beginning phases of your actual like development, like your startup? What have you sacrificed? All right, if you have your LLC and your EIN, are you going for the business website so we can learn more about your service or product? Well, then explain to me, how do you plan on us actually thinking you're a legitimate company if you don't have a business website and we can't find you on Google? You understand what I'm saying? And then also be mindful of how you treat people in your day-to-day like lives. Because the person you might be talking to or you that might or whatever have you might be your actual customer. Remember, your community is your customer. And so if you just thinking about, oh, I just want to make money, well then how you gonna make money, Sway? By people buying your product or service. And who is your target audience, Sway? It ain't just blacks. And you know, when it come to us, we hard to sell. We instantly against us automatically. It's a traumatic DNA that we just have to wash out in our blood for real. But we automatically on some, oh, black owned companies always scamming each other. Black owned companies do this, black owned companies do that, black owned companies. You understand? So we are the hardest to sell to each other. So if anything, if you saying that, oh, my client base is single families, well, let's look at the statistics. Most single families are black women who are raising up their sons. So how are you going to sell your product or your program and your service to that black? How are you going to sell it to her as it is a legitimate business without her already feeling like, oh, you a black man and honey, it was a black man that left me and my family behind. So I don't think I want to do this with you. Oh, you a black woman and honey, I've already went through it with the cattiness of the black women. Like, how are you going to fight through that stereotype already that has already been developed amongst our community? So you cannot limit the type of clients that you are selling to. It got to be all races, genders, ethnic groups, or sexualities, no matter what. Yes, your biggest client might be a rich Arab that owns 10 different gas stations in the state of Florida, who part-time lives in Florida and part-time lives in Dubai. But because you are closed minded and you don't want to sell your product or service to them because, I don't know, whatever the case may be, you're stopping yourself from making millions and having a partnership or a contract. You could have put your Stanley Cup or your mason jars in every gas station that they had. That could have been your startup. That could have been your startup opportunity. Do not be closed minded. Just like I spoke with this person earlier, he writes grants. You have 100. I can go through, not 100. I can go through all 800 of his followers, and I bet you all of them are black. Let me tell you something. The most expensive grant that I've ever gotten rewarded in my 10 years of doing this, right, is $2.5 million. That woman was not black. That woman was a Native American. Yeah. Most recently, when I won a $750,000 grant, those people were not black Americans. They were Africans. I've been able to win a $300,000 grant for an Asian couple, a Vietnamese couple that own a nail salon. So what are we talking about? Treat people the way you want to be treated, because you never know when they are your clients and they are going to invest in your product or service. Community support is the best support. And also, fellowship is what's going to really help you market and create awareness around your product or service. Get out, fellowship, talk to people, learn more about what they do. Go to these free networking events. Use eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com. Here's a second one, meetup.com. Meetup is really for business professionals. Do you guys know about Meetup? Meetup.com, LinkedIn. You guys have to be on these business professional websites so that way you can network yourself with other people and you can possibly get some skill development to help develop a quality service or product. But you got to be serious about this. And that's why I'm telling you, with these grants, the way you answer these questions, these folks know when you're just going for an opportunity just so you can have some money in your pocket. And then some of y'all be lying. Oh, I want to have some money so that way I can develop financial freedom for my family. But then when you get the $10,000 opportunity, guess what? You ain't spend a dime on your family. You paid off so many debts that you already had because you kept going for credit cards and loans and opportunities since 2020 because your friends was putting you on to these different plays. Stop playing with your life. And let's get serious. In 2025, we definitely don't have time to be playing like that. Not when we got so and so and so and so running the country. So and so and so and so. I said what I said. So and so and so and so. MLMs. Friend, who sent you? Look, here I go. Who sent you? Okay. Amen. I came in on the right conversation on time. Hey, Patrina. Okay. Even the genuine black entrepreneurs get tired of the blackity black stuff. Go hard no matter what for your dreams. Exactly. And it gets played out, to be honest with you. Like my most successful clients and my most highest paying clients, right? They're not black Americans. I love y'all and I love us, but I'm being honest with you. So you cannot limit yourself for real. Are you still doing business plans? Absolutely, Carlton. It's 50% off. Yeah, it's 50% off. Just text the word plan 2025 to my number. The number's in the description. Tevi Berry says, girls say that. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, friend. Jeff says, I got heating and air company, so like AC. Do you have grants for that? Yep, there's grants out here for that. It depends on your mission. Hey, Kelly. Welcome in. We've been on here for like an hour and some change. I'm so happy to have you guys here. And we've been talking about some good stuff. So I'm really excited to do these pre-recorded videos. I'm going to start recording some of them tomorrow. I'll be recording them the entire weekend. I'm like setting some time aside. Also, I'm doing this group economics project. So I want to talk to you guys about that a little bit before we get out of here. All right. So the group economics product, right? So the group economics thing or project. So I'm invested, and I'm actually, to like give you guys more clarity, I'm invested into some development here, right? So I'm going to start doing these separate like Zoom calls on Sundays after the grant calls, right? So after the grant calls on Sundays, I'm going to say, hey, if you guys are interested, here's the Zoom call link. It's going to be a Zoom call after that, right? So it'll be like 6 p.m. on it. It will probably be like around 12 afternoon, like 12:01 in the afternoon, right? And so this group economics project is going to be about if you want to invest into real estate here, whether that's commercial or residential in Africa, in the whole of Africa, right? So it can be South Africa. A lot of people like Ghana, Nigeria. I'm here based in Nigeria, specifically Abuja, right? I like Abuja because it's actually the capital. And, you know, it just feels like a very conservative state. It's like Washington, D.C. of... You know, the president lives here, so you just get like better services here, right? So, but in these Zoom calls, I'm going to be teaching you guys about the do's and don'ts of how to invest, and also, hey, I'm still, and then the do's and don'ts about how to invest, what to look out for, right, to make sure you're not getting scammed and stuff. I'm going to actually bring on my investing partner, right? He actually does all of my contracts, all the lawyers, all the good stuff like that you guys need to know. And then we'll talk about what that initial investment needs to look like depending on what you want to invest in. So if you want to just invest into developing your own home here in Africa because you plan to retire and you want to retire and live your best retirement life in Africa, you want to come home to the motherland. Okay, cool. We got a economic plan for that. Then if you want to do like some other real estate developments like I'm doing, like you want to invest into like Airbnbs, right? So maybe you want to do like two like duplex 2 bedroom units type of thing. Well, then we'll talk about that. And then commercial real estate, right? So if you want to do things like developing a school, you know, churches, whatever have you, then we talk about that. So every starting this Sunday, actually, I'm going to host the first grant class. After the grant class, I'm going to host the first group economics Zoom, and then I'll be talking to you guys about my process, what it's been like. I've been here for almost 6 months, right? So it's not like I'm not like I've been here. I'm pretty seasoned so far, and yeah, and I'm really excited to talk about that. So I'm gonna drop the link to that in the member. You have to be a member though, right? So that's gonna be. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit in our grants class on Sunday, and then I'll drop the Zoom link for us to like talk more about if you want to invest. Now this is some serious stuff. This is some serious stuff. All right. And I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's a great way to get you guys to really bridge that gap for sure, right? I mean, if you just want to donate, right, simply donate, then you can always just, while we're on live, you can donate, like do the supers like Multi did and everyone else. Donate like $1 or whatever the case may be. Or you can join as a channel member. All of that money goes towards children so they can be able to, just have some money to go to school, be able to afford books. It goes to other families, the orphanage, things like that, right? So I don't keep that money at all. It also goes into tithes and offering in church. I don't play about church, okay? Y'all know I love Jesus aggressively. All right, so what questions do you guys have? We are in like the last few minutes. What questions do y'all have about anything I said? We've had a really good time. I'm so happy that you guys joined me on this live stream. We've been on here for like an hour and 20 minutes. That's so blessed to have you. It's always a blessing to have ya. You know? Mm-hmm. What questions do we have? I'm actually going to order some food. Yeah, I'm probably going to order some food. I don't even know. Do we have questions? You guys drop them in the chat for me. All right, so what times do I go on live? I go on live every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Time every morning. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes I do a 5 p.m., but sometimes, like lately, the power's been kind of like going out around that time. So I'm just like, well, at least we can dedicate the 9 a.m. So thank God for that. Okay. Good morning, by the way, all the way from Oakland. Yes, from Oakland. Thank you for sharing all of this information. It's my pleasure, Yolanda. You know I'm always here to help and bring you guys some really good information. All right, so I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. It's the weekend, you know what I mean? Do your thing. Have a great day. Make you some money. Think about what I said. Go outside. All right, if you guys have a farmer's market situation going on, any networking event that's free that's going on, go to it. You know what I mean? Just go. Make sure you have your Facebook and Instagram ready so you can share all of that information with other people. You never know. You might meet your client. You might meet somebody that can help you develop on your product or service. Okay, so get out and fellowship. Fellowship Friday. I like that. Fellowship Friday. We should do something like that. Fellowship Friday. That's really cool. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and blessings to all of you. I'm going to pray for you. And I'll talk to y'all soon in another video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, okay? All right. Bye. Have a great day.